What did you do during the lockdown? You know, that strange time we lived through together, lived through apart, in our homes, in our apartments, in our rooms, in our heads. There's a lot of time to think when you're stuck inside yourself. You know, that's the truth about self-isolation no one seems to mention, isn't it? You know, that you can stay away from other people, you know, keep away, that 2 meter distance thing. But you can't exactly self-isolate from yourself, can you? I mean, try it. You know, give it a go. Just, you know, stick both arms out in front of you. You know, like this. Right. That's less than half the distance we're supposed to keep away from each other. And less than half the perimeter we're supposed to operate within. And wrap those arms around you. Just give it a go. It's quite nice. Now, what you'll find located smack bang in the middle of your hypothetical perimeter of safety is you. And you were there all along. And not just during the lockdown, but your whole life. And right in the middle of it all was you. Is you. Is you. Who knew? So what did you do during the lockdown when you were stuck inside yourself? I found out there was only so much Netflix I could binge on. I mean, just switch on nothing. You know, there's only so much I can stare on my phone and navigate through my imaginary social life. Hey man, how's it going? You're like, yeah, I'm coping, yeah, you're right. Only so much you can switch on the news that started with the latest death toll. So I tidied the flat. And I never tidy the flat, so I goes to show that things out there were not looking that good. Because me tidying the flat, while not exactly a zombie apocalypse out there, me tidying the flat goes to show that things out there were looking quite bad. You know when you stare out the window, right? You see a bus whiz past with not a single passenger on board. It's quite strange, isn't it? Anyway, I tidied the flat, and it's quite a revelation because during my tidying, I'd find something forgotten by me. And it was a sarcastic, no, it was an ironic, no, it was a depressingly accurate gift from my sister, who I love, never really liked. And it was a 550-piece Simpsons jigsaw puzzle. Got it here? Where is it? Got it? Yep. 550-piece Simpsons jigsaw puzzle. Bought, and this is a touch of class for my sister, who's a banker, so not short of a few quid, bought from a charity shop. I remember her saying as she handed it to me down at the pub on my birthday in front of everyone, including Maddie. She was standing in front of everyone, you know, without even a thought, just popped up. She was like, you could do with this while doing nothing at home, sitting in your pants on the couch all day long, in between jobs. The pub laughs. Anyway, I find the box, open the lid, and I think, why not? I'm still a big Simpsons fan. And anyway, isn't everyone between jobs? So I thought, why the hell not? Start the puzzle and give it a go. Oh, and just to paint a mental picture, I was wearing more than just pants. Oh yeah, before I started, you know, there was this thought that crept in my mind, you know, like, you know when you get given a gift, there's always one person that gives you that type of gift, you know, from like a a second-hand shop, a charity shop, stuff like that, right? You kind of ask yourself, at least I know I do. You kind of wonder, like, all the pieces in this puzzle, like, how am I supposed to know if everything is in here? Well, there's a solution, isn't there? There's an answer, like, well, you count them all, right? But no one seems to do that, do they? No one seems to do that. It's completely absurd. It's like, wouldn't you want to spend like 10 minutes? Like, it makes more sense to count them all, right, within 10 minutes and finding out you got, I don't know, 547 pieces, rather than spend and waste 10 whole hours and finding out you got 3 missing pieces. But no one seems to do that, do they? They just start and they hope, or at least they start and try to think about it, it being the missing pieces. But I guess that's just like life, isn't it? Yeah, it's like life. You start, you hope. At least that's what I did anyway. Besides, I was kind of doing it because, well, I was bored, right? Big time for boredom. The lockdown. It sounds like an event, doesn't it? The lockdown. It seems to creep into everything you like doing. Indoors, outdoors, things like, well, I want to say masturbation, but far too detailed a picture. And besides, I don't know how I'll come across if one of my only possible answers to the question, hey, what did you do during the lockdown, was, I got bored of wanking. So scratch that. Just forget I said it. Oh, and the thing that really bores me are all the different types of people. All the people that tell me about all the different things that I should be doing while being bored during lockdown. That stuff really bores me. So anyway, I start the puzzle, tip it over onto the carpet, and slight nostalgia point here, because me tipping the pieces onto the living room carpet floor, by that act alone, makes me a 7-year-old again. Because when you're a 7-year-old, you know how to start doing a jigsaw puzzle. Because to start doing a jigsaw puzzle is pretty much entry-level 7-year-old knowledge. You start with the corners. Start any other way and you're a moron, a numpty, a nincompoop. Or you kind of still rely on your mum to tie shoelaces for you. You start with the corners, you work around the edges, and you fill out the picture, right? It's a bit like riding a bike. You never forget how to do it. It's one of those pointless pieces of information that stays in your head forever. I bet even when you're in a nursing home, you forget to feed yourself, and then someone comes in and just sticks it in front of you. You start with the corners, right? Anyway, so this puzzle had every single character from The Simpsons and the series in it, right? That's a lot of Simpsons characters to deal with. I thought I knew everything about The Simpsons, but when you're confronted with this many characters, you start questioning everyone in your life and how they all fit together, right? There's your family, and your extended family, and there's your friends, and then there's your extended friends, and then there's your extended family and extended friends that you completely forgot about because they've only appeared in one episode of your life, as it were. Oh, and in the context of this 550-piece Simpsons jigsaw puzzle, and this might sound a bit racist, but it isn't, I promise you. But every single character from The Simpsons is pretty much yellow, right? So once you've seen one yellow arm is pretty much the same as another yellow arm. So in the end, it took me about, 11 hours, 17 minutes and 23 seconds to complete this thing. And yeah, I had a break for coffee and toast, a Pop-Tart, WhatsApping, Zooming. I even made a couple of actual phone calls. Mum's okay. She's good. So yeah, in the end, basically, during the whole thing, during lockdown, I worked on this puzzle. And it's strangely gratifying, starting with all these different pieces scattered about. And then they form one coherent picture. I bet during lockdown, what everyone seemed to do was tip the pieces of their puzzle onto the living room carpet floor and try to make sense of life and see how everyone in the puzzle fit into their life. And you can do that. You can make sense of it all. You can see the bigger picture, but there's one problem that always lies, isn't there? There's one problem that always shows itself, and that's that all our pieces of our puzzle, our life puzzle, is still on the living room carpet floor. That's just not practical. You know, you've got to get on with your life. You can't just like tiptoe around your cousin and trip over your granddad and trample all over your, distant relative and walk all over your boss and then try and navigate your way around like your former ex-girlfriend or whatever. Like, it's just a trip hazard, I guess. So you gather all the pieces and sweep them up and put them in the box, and on the shelf they go again. And in that box, all the pieces are a mess again. So what did you do during lockdown? I know what I did. I didn't go to Granddad's funeral. Well, that's a different puzzle from an entirely different box.